Gentlemen, Indie Night Film Festival, Indie Night on Demand. I am your host, Q Nice. We got some wonderful people who are with us right now. And I will let Katrina kind of start us off and we get things going. So, Katrina, thank you so much for being here. Tell us the name of the film, please, and then we'll get into our introductions of everyone.
The name of the film is called Federal Approved Parent.
All right. And of course, let's start with ladies first and having them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Katrina Sobrero. I'm the writer-director of the film.
Hi, I'm Jessica G. Ferrer, and I play Lina Moreno.
All right.
Hi, I'm Kelsey Redmond, and I play Janet in the film.
All right.
Hi, I'm Adrian Gomez, and I play Mike.
So wonderful to have you guys here, and thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Yes. Katrina, I'd like to start with you first, and I just want to talk briefly about how this whole concept or the idea, because that's kind of like how they start. They start as concepts and ideas, and we write notes down, and then there comes more idea, and then eventually that idea comes to fruition. How did this all come about for you?
Yes, so it did come from a darker moment. This is a comedic film, but it did come from a darker moment. My sister-in-law was having trouble conceiving, and then it just made me think of like, she's so qualified to be a parent. Her and my brother were just so ready to in their lives and things like that. So it just kind of started making me think like, oh, that's crazy that some people can be parents and some people, because of biological reasons and nature, they can't. And I was just thinking of how, that's an interesting concept to play. If you think about it, like to get maybe like a gun license or like even to get a loan for a car or house, you're like, you have these regulations you have to meet, but for probably the most important job, there's no regulation. Anyone can technically be a parent. But that's not to say that we need the government regulation. I don't need any more big brother, but it's just like, just to play in that concept and see what would that look like if you did have to qualify for parenthood.
Okay, wow, that's a lot. And so with this particular film too, where was the location? Because that's another thing that we talk about a lot is location. And where was this shot at?
This was shot at Envision 8 Studios in Burbank. It was a sound stage.
Okay, very good. And Jessica, can you hear me?
Yes.
Tell me about your experience in being involved with this project.
Wow, it was a great experience. Just being on the set without even getting into character, it was a lot of fun. It felt very safe, despite the fact that we did do this during the pandemic. And Katrina did a really good job on making sure that we were all safe, wearing our masks, sanitizers. Everything felt really good, and working with everyone, it really felt really safe, very comfortable, and playing Lina Moreno was a lot of fun. Working alongside these beautiful people, I had a lot of fun on the film.
Excellent. And speaking of beautiful people, let's go to our beautiful couple and get their reactions and being involved in this film. What were your thoughts about being involved with this film, guys?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun to do a comedy together, even because we are married in real life, and to be brought on to specifically do some improvisation, comedic lines, kind of bicker at each other a little bit.
It was fun being able to play off of each other and being given that freedom, because there was a script obviously, but then Katrina made sure to just say like, it's okay to play with it. Like think of it loosely, just inject more of yourselves into it. And that was a lot of fun. And obviously, like Jessica said, it felt really safe because we all kind of got to have our own little corner of our worlds there.
Space on set.
It was just a lot of fun, honestly.
Did you guys happen to, it sounds like you did though, between the two of you, share any funny moments that maybe no one else knew about? Not only the two of you guys.
Well, since we were on a soundstage and there was a lot of different places that we had, like our own little corners, we were actually in a jail cell.
Yeah.
So we kind of took some funny photos in the jail
Just
cell.
random pictures of being in jail. I feel like we're giving away secrets right now. We're just like,
yeah, maybe I
we're
should.
just like, yeah, we're not supposed to say anything. No, it was boring the entire time.
We were quiet.
Yeah, we had no fun, just ourselves. We share all the fun.
I think some of the stuff might be on the behind the scenes video.
No,
Right.
we got ratted out.
I did forget about that. We actually were in separate rooms because we had the whole studio right to ourselves, Katrina, and then I was paired with Liliana Montenegro. She's the federal agent, and then we were separated into couples. So I guess it was me and Liliana and I, and then the couples separated into different rooms, which was a lot of fun because we were still dragged. We were coming into each other's rooms, obviously safely with our masks on, but it was nice. It was a lot of fun, especially being locked up for a while, and then you finally get to play on set.
Nice.
Delicioso.
Katrina, for the remainder of the time that we have here, I wanted to stay with you for a second, and I wanted to ask you that when individuals watch this film, when audiences watch this film, what do you want them to come away with?
I definitely want them to kind of, it's more of an entertainment piece. It's comedy, but it's also like touching on a larger, heavier topic. But mostly I want them to think about the concept and also to just have a good time enjoying it.
That's wonderful. Here's an open question for anyone who would like to answer this. As artists and as actors, we've been dealing with a lot with this pandemic. And I wanted to ask you, how has this pandemic affected you guys when it comes to working, and being on studio sets and those different type of things? Has it made you stronger? Has it made you look at things a little bit differently when it comes to this pandemic and be more creative and, making sure that you're always on your A game? How did it all work for you? Anyone can answer this question.
I'll start, I guess. At least for auditioning, it's kind of just shifted it completely. It's so I didn't take into account how much energy you get from the people in the room, but also the other people just that are waiting to audition. It's so weird that every audition I've had so far has just been just self-tapes pretty much. I've had one in-person audition in the past year, and it's a lot harder to not have any form of like visual or I guess energy feedback. Yeah. It's just you're talking to a camera and then you send it and you hope for the best. And sometimes you'll get a call back, sometimes you won't, but it's just it's more, you have to be like more self-sufficient, which feels kind of weird.
Yeah.
So just kind of a bit of a shift that way.
It's made those moments where you are with people a lot more precious. I found that I've really just been quarantining and going to work. So these times where I get to act is just, oh my gosh, of course I prioritize that and try and be as safe as possible leading up to it so that I can go in there and not think about the pandemic and not think about just any sort of anything else, really. It's so nice. It is just definitely more precious when we get to actually perform.
Wonderful. Before we let you guys go, I wanted to ask, so what's going to be coming up next for you guys? What's coming up next? I'd like to see you guys work together again. That would be nice. I don't know if that is in the cards or what's going to be happening, but what's happening for you guys? What is coming up next? Let's start with our wonderful, beautiful couple once again. What's coming up for you guys next?
We've got an animated film also done by Katrina that just came out. And then just as far as separate or together, I mean, I've got callbacks. I'm right now in the middle of callbacks for commercials, but otherwise just breathing, trying to come out of the pandemic alive on the other side, and just hopefully figure out where I fit in based on like the shift in general.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
We do get
Jessica?
to be in that animated film together, which I'm really excited about. I also have a film in post-production right now that's called A Chance Before Hell, and it's a feature horror. I'm really excited about that one.
Nice. Nice. That sounds good. And Jessica, how about yourself?
Like David said, breathing. Yes. And I just staying creative. Adrian. Staying creative, at home, just writing poetry, getting, putting some nice lights around the house and waiting and just typing away and watching, just looking to see whatever comes to me and what I can create in this space that we have now at home more than ever. And just,
Right. Yes.
and waiting and just hoping to collaborate more with artists such as these beautiful people here.
Oh, that's so nice. And Katrina, we'll end it off with you. What's coming up next?
So currently right now I'm working on an anthology series that I'm writing, directing, and producing. And I just finished the first episode, which I'm really excited about. The second episode, starting pre-production. I talked with Jessica, who's going to be in it. And then the further episode, the third or fourth, I definitely working on that story still. And Adrian of Kelsey, of course, I'm going to reach out to them because I already have like these characters in mind, and I love working with my beautiful actors. So I can't wait to. So it's definitely in the cards for us to work together again.
You guys are so wonderful. Katrina, before we let you go, please tell us the name of the film again.
The name of the film is called Federal Approved Parent.
Federal Approved Parent. And you can find that right here on Indie Night Film Festival, Indie Night On Demand. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all so much for being here. That is our time. I really appreciate you guys being here with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. And for everyone else out there in movie land, make sure that you go to our Instagram page or just our social media as a whole, and you can find us at Indie Night Film Festival, Indie Night FF. That's Indie Nights FF. And as we always say, why wait once a year to be seen and miss all of this work in between? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Indie Night Film Festival. I am your host, Q Nice. And as always, I'll see you around the world.